life is what you focus on. So if you're focusing on all the negative and it's giving you anxiety and is making you feel like, man, I'm taking all this time to create from my mind and my soul, and this makes no sense. What's the use? I want to talk on that. All right. Welcome to another episode of the Key Focus Podcast. And I'm your host, Kerry Krucial Brothers, a.k.a. Mr. Brothers. And yeah, it's been a little minute. Key Focus is a podcast on the key things to focus on, whether you're a creative individual or a person in general looking for inspiration and enriching conversations. Life is what you focus on. So the purpose of this podcast is to help us keep focus on the best things in life. All right. So in this episode, I'm going to say my opinion on AI. There's been a lot of talk on AI lately, from the Weeknd Drake fake song by Ghostwriter 997 or 779, whatever his name is. And, even Timbaland did his showcase of playing Biggie generated voice to one of his tracks, saying it was like a dream collab that never happened. And there was a lot of controversy and flack about that. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. The only thing that can happen is there be new laws set and new ways to keep it under control, so to speak. But where there's money to be made, there's going to be corruption, there's going to be loopholes. So we'll see. I just want to speak on it to kind of like minimize the fear. Life is what you focus on. So if you're focusing on all the negative and it's giving you anxiety and is making you feel like, man, I'm taking all this time to create from my mind and my soul, and this makes no sense. What's the use? I want to talk on that. I'm about to play a video of me speaking on it. Originally, this was going to be part of my masterclass. And by the way, I'm working on my first masterclass to be put out real soon, where I break down music production, songwriting, some stories behind some of the acclaimed music I've done in the past, as well as other things. So be on the lookout for that. I just felt this one didn't necessarily have to be part of the package or one of the chapters. So I figured what better way to share it with people during the podcast. It's all about talking with people. And shout out to Lord Byron. The first 2 episodes was real fun. So there's a lot of fear mongering going on, and a lot of AI tools that's coming out, getting everyone excited. So you have a flux of both positive ways to use it and people who are engaging and welcoming it, and then the whole fear thing and life is over, humanity is done. You're gonna have that. Whatever's good for clickbait, right? Whatever gets you. Clickbait is not new. Newspapers been doing that with titles for a century or more. You know what I mean? So I get it. Interesting to see how it all unfolds. I think it's still early, and from the boomers to my generation to millennials to Gen Z, we still care about human connection and authenticity so far. The alpha generation, the grandbabies, and all the kids coming up, that AI is going to be a reality from birth. Yet to see how they see this and how much they will care if it's artificial or not. So let's get into this episode. Keep focus. So in today's age, there's a big thing about AI, artificial intelligence. A lot of people, especially producers, are very nervous. Songwriters are nervous. Everyone's afraid of it. I just look at it all as another form of technology and a tool you can use. Technology is not going anywhere. Either you get with it or you don't. Throughout history of music and the recording industry, technology always affected the way we consume and use music. Of course, it's a tool that can be used to benefit and it can be used to hurt. But that's really up to you. And that's really up to us as consumers. There's a lot of artificial intelligence in all types of field. It's taken over many industries. The creative one is a tough one. It's taken over film. It's taken over accounting. It's taken over, I mean, there's even artificial intelligence learning how to be lawyers. But in music, technology always was there. We've been doing music with computers from day one. When I'm using a sampler, when I'm using MIDI, that's all computer technology. There was a debate before with turntables, and when it started coming out with this program called Serato, the diehard DJs was like, oh, that's not real DJing. You got to get vinyl and real turntables. What is this Serato thing? What is the sync button? Some people are like that. I'm pretty sure when the lumberjack was out there with the axe and they came with the chainsaw, I'm pretty sure the person was like, what is this chainsaw thing? You're not a real lumberjack if you're not using the axe. You got to use your blood and sweat and you got to use your muscle. That chainsaw thing is cheating. It's just advancing, and it's always going to advance. The only difference is now, because even with computer technology from Pro Tools to all these plugins that emulate real instruments, you still had to use your feeling and your body and your human energy and movement to play these things, even though it wasn't the authentic sound. Now we're at a place where the computer is thinking for itself. But the thing I say about AI is it can only do what's been done. It takes the information from the internet, from all the data and sources that are out there, and it can duplicate it within the drop of a dime, within minutes. You say, hey, give me a Beethoven symphony, but give it to me in the style of the Beatles. It can do that. But the key is, could it be Beethoven before Beethoven? Could it be the Beatles before the Beatles? No, they had to exist first. And you have these programs that you can write your raps and use a AI to make your voice sound like Eminem, or you make your voice sound like Kendrick Lamar. That's all fun and dandy for some fun, but can that really start a sustainable career? I mean, that's plagiarism in a way. The laws have to catch up. Obviously, there's lawsuits going on now with companies, Stable Diffusion and other digital AI companies. The laws haven't caught up, just like with hip hop. In the beginning of hip hop, we're taking bits and pieces of other works, but we're creating a new work out of it. And since it was low under the radar, it was just happening and there was nobody stopping it. And it was totally illegal. But it got to the point whereas this thing is viable and we need to figure out how to make it work. So now we're in a new frontier where the computer knows how to emulate the human or emulate the chords, or when we say what we want out of it or musically, it can be done. It could be fast. You say, hey, Chat GPT, give me a song about this, and it can print it out to you in a minute. But I'm really am not afraid of it. You have to use it for your benefit. So like I say, when for the example of a DJ, when a DJ says, oh, I don't need to use the sync button, or I don't need to use the key, whatever the case may be, that's cheating. I'm keeping it real. I'm going to hold my finger on the middle and hold this to sync it. I'm a real DJ, all these button pushers. Okay, well, what would happen if you use that technology and what your experience and what your years of skill building, you do more? Because now you don't have to worry about if the record's going to stay on tempo. Now you don't have to worry about, do I got to pull out 5 records within 30 seconds to make this mix the way I want. Get more innovative. Use it as a tool. And the same thing I feel about AI. Okay, if I know I kind of have this feel for drums and I can just program this in or tell an AI, yo, give me my usual. Boom, it pops up. Now I can get faster to try other ideas, or now I can get faster, or now I could be more open to try other things where I'm more fresh and full of energy and not use that mental energy on something else that the computer can do for me, but it's still what I would do. So that's what I mean, or example about using it as a tool. Yes, there's going to be artificial artists, music made by artificial intelligence. It's already on the charts. So going back to what I spoke about, type beats. If you're a person that does a type beat, meaning you're copying a certain formula, you're not going to beat AI. AI can do that all day. You know what I mean? AI can do it quicker than you. It can copy the data. It can do what it got to do. It can be on the next type beat before you even knew that was a type beat. So this is the time that I feel that you need to go more into the inner, more into your spirit, more into your soul, more into your intuition, your gut, your feeling. As far as I know, AI cannot feel. A computer cannot feel. It can emulate, it can do a formula, but can it feel? That's what's human. The more human you are, the more imperfect you are, the more you make mistakes. That's where the magic is. That's where the magic is. Some of the best music happened by mistake, human error. So don't try to fight and compete with artificial intelligence and computers. Go more into the essence of what is human. And I think we'll be all right. So that's what I say to people about AI. Get away from all the fear mongering. It just means we got to step it up. We have to evolve as humans, because that's essentially what's happening. Computers are evolving because of us. So we need to evolve as well. The human brain is the master computer. This is what computers are emulating. This is what computers are trying to be like, our brains. And the artificial intelligence is a computer trying to think. So it's ironic because to me, the best music doesn't come from thinking. It comes from feeling, and it comes from the gut and just going off of impulse. And it comes from making mistakes, and it comes from ignorance. So have no fear for artificial intelligence. Use it as a tool. Use it to help you speed up things or be more efficient with things. It's okay to use some AI to dictate for you, record yourself and dictate for you and play it back and give you options. You can use it for ideas, to spark ideas. I have no problem, and I would encourage you to use AI to help spark things. It's okay to take something that you like and build from it and copy from it and make it more unique, make it more connected to you. Same thing with AI. If you're going to put something in AI and say, write me a song like this, do not just take it just as it is. Use it as a point of reference to build from, and then take it into your mind and your experience, because AI cannot experience life. We can. And that's what makes it special, because other people are relating to you because they're living a life too. There's already virtual artists out there that kids are into, maybe even some adults or whatever. But I truly believe if you're going through something and you're doing something and you hear a song made by AI, or you see this artificial artist talking about something, you are not going to relate to it because you know it's not real. And that's what connects us about music. And that's what connects us about songs. We believe that artist singing this song. We believe that writer. We believe those emotions in that person's face, whether it's true or not, but we connect with it. I don't think any of us can connect with a machine. That's my thoughts on artificial intelligence. So thank you again for listening. Keep focused.